Hello everyone, Morten Åstad here. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another unboxing. Oddly enough, this turns out to be a female-fronted band's unboxing, and it wasn't planned. I sort of realized that now, really. So not a female-fronted metal band unboxing. This is three different genres in the pop type world, I suppose. One of the bands I have been collecting for many years, but never owned any vinyl from them at all. And I wanted to, but you know, time flies and everything, and money flies. The other band I have some on CDs, but for the last few years I've sort of focused on having this band on vinyl. Am I near completion? No. A little over halfway, I think. The third band I started listening to in the 80s. I have this record on CD, but I never managed to find sort of a time period adjacent record, because I have the two first albums, and those are albums that I bought initially back in the day. I lost one, I think, and I replaced it with a Discogs order. But like I said, I could never find this particular record second hand anywhere, so I've ended up with a new pressing of that. So let's dig into this, shall we? This is from iMusic, the Norwegian branch of it, but it's all from Denmark. Let's see how we do this. Oh, that was easy. Right, so how are you? Sunday here in Oslo. Still fairly warm. Been raining a little bit the last couple of days. I've been making videos. Slept long for once. Doing some drawings. And now I'm unboxing this, which has been standing around for a couple of days while I've been doing some other things. First record, Primitives galore. Primitives, I remember I fell for their pop sensibility right off the bat when they came along around, when was it, 86, 87? And I've said when I mentioned them earlier for various reasons in other videos that I always, well, not then because I wouldn't know, but I felt years later that they were a funny band for the time, because I always felt that their pop sensibility, which derived from various sources and a Beatle-esque sound and delivery, was a little bit out of place for the time when they were active. Because when you see the dates and you hear the music now, it sort of comes off as if they are, oddly enough, a little too modern for the time. I feel that their music would have been even more of a success, and perhaps they would have become bigger if they would have been around a couple of years, maybe 3-4 years later, when Britpop was a thing. I might be completely wrong, I don't know, it just feels like it. So, Primitives galore, newly remastered and reissued on vinyl for the very first time. So now I'm a little bit unsure, is it on vinyl for the very first time or reissued for the very first time. Includes the singles You Are the Way and Lead Me Astray, pressed on 140 gram red vinyl. You don't see that one too often. Indies exclusive version featuring a print signed by Tracy, Paul Court, and Tig Williams. That is cool. Should we remove the shrink wrap? Yeah, we shall. Because I have something to put it in. The records in. I just bought it yesterday. So there is the hype sticker, as we call it. So. And there's the cover without the glare. Track listing. So this is the first time I see this record on vinyl, and I don't know that much about their history after this, because I think they went their separate ways for a while and have come back, and I think they are active now and they have recorded, but I don't know anything about that part of their existence, to be honest. So there's the inner sleeve. And we got some info there. And let's have a look at the vinyl. Very nice. Red. So looking forward to now being able to listen to all of my Primitive records on vinyl. Because I don't have all three on CD. I have this one and the second one. I never owned the first one on CD. And there we have a signed print. Maybe they should have used a silver pen, because this black is not easy to find, but there is one signature, and way down here is another one, and there's the last one there. So that's cool. That's always cool. So the next band is a band that I fell for when they broke through in the world, which would have been 95, 96. I think I was at film college in Ebeltoft in Denmark when they broke through. Or was it earlier? Now I'm not sure. No, I think it was a little bit before, yeah. And I bought all of their records on CD and gone back and bought their first two, which was reissued when they finally broke through. And then, of course, I waited many years for their what ended up being their final album. And I have compilations and B-sides, and I have 2 or 3 DVDs, both with concerts and music videos, and the band in question. And this is my very, very first time owning anything by them on vinyl. Is No Doubt, with of course Tragic Kingdom. I love them. I love the memory of them, and to be brutally honest, I was very enamored with Gwen Stefani. I love that. I'm a guy. I love that type of woman in her style and her presentation back then, her physical, the way she was physically, thin, sporty, and all that. And as it turned out, partly Norwegian, of Norwegian descent. and Italian, and then lots of others. Those Americans, they're street mixes. But I did buy her first two solo albums on CD because I was so enamored with her and said, oh, now she'll do a little bit of something else and then she'll get back to No Doubt, which she did do finally for that last album, which is now long ago. But I must say, her subsequent career and the music style and everything that she did, I guess I felt a little bit betrayed, because this is so cool and so fun, and when she go, no, I won't go back to No Doubt because that's not really me, and that's not me anymore. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe don't say that. Just don't do it and then leave it, but don't make your fans feel like they've been sort of I don't know, duped a little bit, maybe, or make them feel that they've invested time and energy in something that you don't like somehow, or grown away from it, or what, I don't know. So why do I buy this if that's what I feel? But because I love No Doubt, I love that period of music and all that. Oh, come on. No hype sticker. Here we are. Finally, No Doubt on vinyl. And I really did like their next album, which didn't do that well, and their subsequent album also I remember I enjoyed a lot. I played No Doubt a lot, I really did, and I went back. I think I went back this Christmas time. I wasn't feeling all that well in here, and I guess I watched the concert video a lot, several times in a row, and I just felt like I needed to connect with a happier time, not just in my life but in the world. And they were so bubbling and happy sounding, and catchy. I think you can probably tell that I hadn't thought this through. Okay, not happy with the inner sleeve here. I'll show you in a second. So we have this printed with the lyrics, which is nice and fine. And I would say I would have preferred it if this was the inner sleeve, because I don't like this kind of inner sleeve. Yeah, you could see it immediately. All the residue from the paper is on the vinyl, and it's not like this vinyl was particularly cheaper than any of the others. And what is this? Okay, this is pieces of vinyl, not broken. It's probably from the hole. Yeah, let's not let that put a damper on the fact we'll have to buy some nice inner sleeves and put this in that. So finally have No Doubt on vinyl. That's cool. Now I'll have to get all the others. And then finally, if you have followed my channel for a while, you will have seen that I've gotten a couple of vinyls from this band, and started listening to them. I think I bought my first album from them in '97 when I was living in Denmark, and have very much very much enjoyed them. I had a break for a while where I didn't buy anything, and then sort of, yeah, I bought the last couple of albums before the last one that came out now. Was it last summer? I haven't bought it because it's been difficult to find somewhere who sells it on vinyl. And they got a brand new album coming out in next month. I think it's in September, which apparently will be their final album, which I have pre-ordered. But this is Saint Etienne, and I've now finally got Fox Space Alpha on vinyl. 25 years of Fox Space Alpha, faithful reissue of the classic 1991 debut with original inner sleeve artwork. So I think one of the reasons I've put this off for so long is because there's a more of a somewhat deluxe edition out there, and there's been some color variants, and I had a little difficulty deciding, but yeah, I'm happy I got this now finally. So now I have their 3 first albums on vinyl. I think I for a long period of time thought I had to get more than I actually did, because they have some compilations, which is a little tricky sometimes to maybe fathom that they are compilations. Here we are. The wonderful Saint Etienne, and that is the download, which I will normally give to my friend in South Africa. Okay, is this Mickey Dolenz for some reason? Yeah, it's Ray Davies, Francois Hardy, Mickey Dolenz, Audrey Hepburn, Elvis Presley, Peter Tork, Billy Fury, Mike Nesmith. Nesmith? Yeah, let's see here. Lots of well-known people from their youth, I suppose. Although Mike Nesmith doesn't look particularly young in his photo. Barry Gibb. And this was not a colored vinyl, but there you are. Yeah, so that was it. 3 albums by 3 bands, all fronted by a female singer. Wonderful music, wonderful artists. Some of them have stayed wonderful, and like I said, the Primitives, I'm not entirely sure what their what they are now. Saint Etienne, fortunately, are going to be dissolving now, and no doubt, I doubt we'll ever see. Well, maybe if someone throws enough money at them, they will maybe get together and play some music live, but I doubt we'll ever hear any more music from No Doubt, unfortunately. Gwen Stefani is a whole different kettle of fish now, so you know, that's the way that goes sometimes. But very happy to have this on vinyl, and especially excited to finally be playing No Doubt on vinyl. I'm looking forward to that, so I better stop talking. Yeah, I'll stop talking. If you like this video, please click like. That helps my channel. If you want to subscribe, well, that makes me happy. Hello to my new subscribers, and I hope to see you guys soon in another video. Bye bye.